I guess it doesn't matter how you stay well, as long as you stay well. Spiritual, physical, intellectual, financial, and emotional are the 5 pillars of what I believe will take your time and take hard work to stay balanced if you gave each of them the same amount of attention. There is no point being the best in the world at golf like Tiger Woods and still allowing yourself to be spiritually and emotionally shit enough to be an alcoholic who cheats on their wife. By definition, best at one part and worst at another still makes you average as fuck. So that's why I keep saying to everybody that rather than fall from the height of being perfect at one thing and shit at another, it's best to give everything an equal amount to keep balance and harmony in your life. And that doesn't have to be all day, every day. And spiritually doesn't have to be, letting the downward dog into your sundial. It can just mean being a bit more grounded, being a bit more aware, taking note of what you're feeling and the messages that the world is sort of trying to tell you through your body. Physically doesn't mean you have to be an Olympic gymnast or be an influencer on TikTok. It just means going for a walk every day and giving yourself a bit of exercise to create the good feelings that your body needs. Intellectually, read a freaking book. Turn off the news, all of the shit that filters through your head through the day, and maybe just read a good old-fashioned book. Financially, you don't have to be rich. It's not about being rich, it's just about being able to set yourself up with some smart enough decisions that you can go to work at a job that you want to do, not because you have to do. That rising fuel prices aren't going to be the thing that stops you from eating this week. That interest rates going up 1 or 2% means less coffee outings per week and not losing your home. And emotionally, the last one is just being okay with saying I'm not okay. Too many people fight it, too many people put a brave face on, too many people don't go. Every time I talk to someone and I show them a bit of compassion, I tell them a bit of my story and a bit of empathy, guaranteed every time that they'll break and tell me something that they haven't told anyone before, or that they certainly haven't said it with the emotion that they tell me. So if you can focus a bit of your time on each one of those, spiritually, physically, intellectually, financially, emotionally, and keep them in balance, then you don't need to be a champion, you don't need to be rich, you don't need to be a spiritual guide that can't go to work because they're not feeling it. You don't need to be the best emotionally where you're always happy, because that's not true emotion. There's no such thing as perfect, always happy. Physically, so many people, particularly men, pride themselves on being so physically strong and physically fit and physically active, and that's what I believe is the biggest decline in men's mental health from 35 onwards, is we slowly but surely stop being able to play sport and compete, and unless you're in a management type role at work where you that becomes your competition, you start losing that piece of you that sort of kept you feeling strong and part of society. So that's why I made the app. So the other parts, we can find wellness partners to make the whole program go round and round. I'm looking for minds to get involved as a lead indicator for wellness rather than a lag indicator for safety, because I believe that if everybody's going to get massages, going to yoga, going to Pilates, going to the gym, seeing clairvoyance, whatever it is that makes you feel connected with your mind and your body and gets you out of the matrix that is the world at the moment. I believe they're all good indicators of wellness in your workforce, and when people show up to work fresh, mental clarity and physically fit with good health and hygiene and diet, then they're more likely to be able to receive the message of safety and understand the instructions that you're giving them to the job and get going. And that's the angle that I'm taking. So if you listen this far, cool, share it. And if you disagree or agree, write a comment below. Let me know. Cheers.